Hello there, it is Nick Zangle, and this is the place for observant news commentary from me every week, where every other Monday we actually talk about more internet-related trends, topics, and news, but in particular today we are going to talk about a trend that I am seeing regarding engagement on YouTube in particular, but this can be applied to a lot of different social media platforms. And I know you probably heard this term engagement a lot of places or from some of creators. Basically, it just means anything YouTube can measure regarding any tap or click or watch of a video that you do as a viewer. And so two trends that I'm actually seeing happening, which are actually opposites, but they're both happening at the same time, which is very interesting. But the first one is creators doubling down on asking and almost begging for engagement. And this is usually regarding commenting on a video. You'll often hear the term comment for engagement or something like that, which I'll touch on in a few seconds and go into a little more detail. This also happens with asking for subscriptions or ringing the bell to turn on post notifications or asking for a thumbs up or a like. Now, the second trend that I'm seeing is the complete opposite, which is creators no longer directly asking for likes, comments, subscriptions, or ringing the bell. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while now, you've probably seen recently I have leaned more into the second trend that's going on. So the people who usually take that first approach of like nearly begging for likes, comments, subscriptions, whatever it is, seem to be using reasoning of quote unquote, YouTube is unsubscribing people from channels, you probably heard that term, or comment for engagement because it helps my views or helps YouTube push out my video more, or thumbs up for the algorithm, or anything like that. And while some of those things could be true, I personally cringe at these kinds of comments from creators on YouTube in particular because ideally if your content is good and engaging, people will want to watch the entire video, like the video, and comment something they feel is worthy of commenting. I usually pose a question at the end of the video regarding the topic of whatever that video is, and a genuine question that I have that I want to know the answer to from you and get some feedback. And so this also happens with subscribing too. If someone wants to subscribe because they want to see more from you, or ring the bell because they want to be one of the first to see your videos because they like your content that much, they're going to do that on their own will. You don't have to remind them that often. And of course, once they do it once, they don't need to do it again. So if you have recurring viewers, it's going to get annoying, and I'll touch on that in a few seconds. I think also viewers of a lot of different levels of experience on social media now, and especially on YouTube, are a lot more savvy to what is going on. So liking, commenting, and subscribing and ringing the bell, all those terms are very common now to most people. And maybe in the early days of YouTube or any social media, it was important to tell people about subscribing, liking, commenting, all those things because maybe it wasn't as well known or people didn't know where the things were. But it's pretty uniform, I would say, to follow or subscribe the way it's laid out. And usually all the newer social media platforms tend to conform to some standardized look. There may be a little nuances that are different, but it appears that there's pretty common terminology for people to know. And I think now it is becoming slightly annoying, especially if I'm a new viewer and I still am not sure about a channel if I want to subscribe or not or stay in touch with their content, to be told to like, comment, subscribe, especially at the beginning of the first video I ever see from that person or from that channel. And that is actually one of the coolest parts I think some creators forget about on YouTube in particular, and really social media in general, is that there are constantly new people finding your content, your videos, and there's ideally a mix of loyal viewers who watch all your content or a lot of it, and new viewers every time you upload a new piece of content. So to me, when you lead with analytical, numbers-based subject matter, especially at the beginning of a video that isn't related to that, I as a viewer would question if you really value me as a viewer rather than just a number, because from my perspective, the numbers come in time after you have provided a lot of valuable content to whoever's watching, whether they're new or existing viewers. And so I personally have had to learn this over time. I've had an evolution of this. But what is cool about not blatantly asking for likes, comments, subscription, bell rings, whatever it is that when those things do happen, it feels more human and more real and more tangible because it is something that happened organically and is an indication that you're doing a good job and you're bringing value to those people. And so in a world where there's so much fake going on, having something real and tangible is an awesome, refreshing thing to feel and to see in other people as well. So let me know, as a viewer or a fellow creator, do you like being reminded to turn on post notification, to like, to comment, to subscribe, or do you like just the content being good enough to where you take it upon yourself to do these things? I've actually touched on this kind of same idea recently, but in a little different context regarding subscriber counts, why certain channels are gaining subscribers, and also some things happening with YouTube growth channels that actually do talk about analytics and growth. Make sure to check out those videos if you are interested, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye-bye.